What are your suspicions potentially as to why the NBA ratings would be down?
Honestly, I feel like the average just basketball fan doesn't understand how good NBA players are, and they think it looks like they're not trying. I promise you they're trying. They're just so good. That's why it looks like they're not trying. And obviously the physicality of the league has changed a lot, and I wasn't around when it was much more physical, and maybe people want more beef and physicality, and people think it's gotten soft, but I think that's also because the skill has just changed, and that's what's great about basketball.
Making waves across the basketball world. Why are NBA ratings dropping? And who better to weigh in on this than WNBA star Caitlin Clark, fresh off her record-breaking rookie season with the Indiana Fever. She recently shared her thoughts on the New Heights podcast, and let me tell you, her take is both insightful and refreshing. As basketball continues to evolve, the NBA is facing an unexpected challenge: declining viewership. While the WNBA is thriving, thanks to rising stars like Caitlin Clark, the NBA is struggling to recapture its momentum. So, what's causing this shift? Some say it's the dominance of three-point shooting. Others blame the rise in player injuries, and many point to the intense competition with football during the fall. But Caitlin Clark has her own unique perspective. On the New Heights podcast,
recently, that the NBA ratings are down.
Mm-hmm.
Should we brainstorm a few ideas besides?
I've been asking a lot of people about this and why they think they're down. But also, it's interesting because I'm pretty sure opening day was the NBA's best.
Appreciate just how skilled NBA players are. She explained,
honestly, I feel like the average basketball fan doesn't understand how good NBA players are, and they think it looks like they're not trying. I promise you they're trying. They're just so good. That's why it looks like they're not trying.
Now that's an interesting take. But Caitlin didn't stop there. She also acknowledged the competition with football. She said, "Football is America's favorite thing," highlighting how the overlap with NFL and college football seasons makes it tough for basketball to grab attention during the fall. But Caitlin isn't just about identifying problems. She's all about finding solutions too. During the podcast, she brainstormed some bold ideas with the Kelsey brothers. They discussed everything from adding a 4-point line to a hockey-style penalty box system. And while some fans criticize the dominance of three-point shooting, Caitlin, being a sharpshooter herself, defended its role in the game, saying, "I love three-point shooting." Caitlin's observations show her deep understanding of basketball, not just as a player, but as a true fan of the sport. Her willingness to explore the NBA's challenges and suggest creative solutions is a testament to the thoughtful leadership she brings to the table. Whether the NBA will adopt any of her ideas remains to be seen, but her insights certainly add value to the ongoing conversation about the league's future. Now, this discussion brings up another interesting angle: how the growth of the WNBA, with stars like Caitlin Clark, might influence the NBA's approach. Could there be lessons to learn from the WNBA's recent surge in popularity? With the WNBA setting records in viewership and fan engagement, perhaps the NBA could benefit from looking at what's working for their counterpart league. One key factor could be the relatable stories and personalities of WNBA players. Stars like Caitlin Clark connect with fans on and off the court, sharing their journeys, struggles, and triumphs in a way that feels authentic. Could the NBA encourage more of this personal storytelling to bring fans closer to the players? It's something to think about. Speaking of innovations, Caitlin's suggestion of adding a 4-point line might sound radical, but it sparks an important conversation about how the NBA can evolve to keep fans engaged. The league has always been about innovation, from the introduction of the 3-point line to the recent changes in all-star game formats. Could a 4-point line be the next big thing? It's certainly a bold idea that would add a new layer of strategy to the game. Then there's the idea of a penalty box, similar to hockey, to manage fouls without ejecting players. Imagine the intensity it could bring, keeping star players in the game, but adding a temporary penalty that could change the flow of a match. It's outside-the-box thinking, but that's exactly what the NBA might need to shake things up. In the end, Caitlin Clark's insights offer a fresh perspective on the challenges facing the NBA. Whether it's about helping fans appreciate the sheer skill of the players or introducing game-changing innovations, her voice adds a valuable dimension to the conversation. Let's take a deeper dive into one of Caitlin's key points: fan engagement. She mentioned that some fans might not fully grasp just how skilled NBA players are, which could lead to a disconnect. This raises a crucial question. How can the NBA bridge this gap? One way might be through enhanced storytelling and behind-the-scenes access, allowing fans to see the dedication, training, and sheer effort that goes into each game. Social media plays a massive role here. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube give players the chance to showcase their personalities and connect with fans in a more personal way. We've seen this work wonders for WNBA players. Could the NBA double down on this strategy to re-E? Another factor Caitlin brought up is the competition with football. The NFL and college football dominate the fall months, making it tough for the NBA to capture the same level of attention. It's a cultural challenge that can't be ignored. So, what can the NBA do? One idea could be adjusting the season start times or exploring ways to make early season games more compelling. Highlighting key matchups and creating event-like atmospheres could help draw in viewers who might otherwise be focused on football. Moreover, marketing these early games with narratives that build anticipation could create a sense of urgency for fans to tune in. It's all about making the regular season feel as exciting as the playoffs. Let's not forget the impact of star power. The NBA has some of the biggest names in sports, but how these stars are promoted can make a huge difference. Caitlin Clark is a perfect example from the WNBA. Her rise has been meteoric, not just because of her skills, but also because of how she's been marketed as the face of the league. The NBA could look at similar strategies to elevate its young stars and create a new wave of fan favorites. The future of the league depends on its ability to connect with the next generation of fans. Engaging content, relatable stars, and innovative gameplay could be the key to revitalizing viewership and keeping basketball at the forefront of sports entertainment. To wrap things up, Caitlin Clark's insights are a call to action for the NBA. It's about understanding what fans want, recognizing the evolving sports landscape, and being willing to innovate. Whether it's through new rules, better marketing, or a stronger focus on player-fan relationships, there's a lot the NBA can do to bounce back. And with voices like Caitlin's leading the charge, the future looks promising. Thanks for sticking around for this deep dive into Caitlin Clark's brilliant take on NBA ratings. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow basketball fans.